Hello, I'm Kim Benjamin. I'm the founder of the Missouri DWI and Criminal Law Center at the Benjamin Law Firm. The purpose of this video today is to talk to you about what to do when the police are knocking at your door. Look, you have constitutional rights. You have your right to be free of search and seizure in your home, on your person, in your car, all the time. Your constitutional rights are with you. However, saying that and just saying, I know my rights and you can't bother me is not going to be helpful, and it's not the way we recommend you handle these situations. So what should you do if the police are knocking at your door? First of all, let's talk about the reason they're knocking on your door. If they have a warrant, they're going to either tell you that, show you that, or enter without knocking first. So if they knock at your door, chances are it's what they call in the law a knock and talk, meaning if you're willing to open your door or you're willing to talk to them, then you don't have any rights because you are consenting to the encounter. You are engaging them, potentially allowing them into your home or engaging them in conversation. And so what rights you do have, you haven't asked to have them be recognized. So just know that if they have a warrant, they're going to do what they do. They're going to search, they're going to seize items, they're going to get access to your home. But if they're knocking, chances are they don't have a warrant. So what do you do when the police knock at your door? Once you really understand why they're knocking at your door, let's talk about specific steps you can take. One is you can choose to answer the door, or you can choose to talk to them through the door without opening the door. You can choose to talk to them through a device like the Ring doorbell, for example, like you might talk to a solicitor or a salesperson who knocks at your door, or anybody who knocks at your door. You can treat the police the same as you would anybody else who knocks at your door, and talk to them through the door or through a device. Or you can choose to open the door, which we don't recommend. Let's talk about first why we don't recommend you open the door. If the police hear something loud or think someone's in distress, they can enter your home under what's called exigent circumstances. So if there's a knock at the door, turn down the TV, turn down the radio, allow whatever loud noises did exist to be gone so that you can have a reasonable conversation with the person on the other side of the door, and you're not creating an environment where they think there's someone inside being hurt, for example, because then they can storm in and try to help that person. The other thing, if you open the door, there's what's called the plain smell reason that an officer can enter your home. If they smell something, usually what we're finding in our experience is they're smelling either marijuana or the chemical smell and odor of methamphetamine lab. They're smelling something that causes them to say, we're coming into this home now because we smell something. So you also don't want to open the door. So we talked about what they can hear, what they can smell, also what they can see. We've had cases where someone opens the front door and right there on the coffee table in the living room in plain sight, the officer sees drug paraphernalia. Even if you're a medical marijuana card holder, you don't want to give the police any reason to come in, storm your home, and search your home and create grief for you, let alone criminal charges for you. So don't have things out in plain sight. Certainly don't open your door if you don't have to, and you don't have to. So there are reasonable ways to have a reasonable conversation with the person on the other side of the door. And just because they're law enforcement doesn't mean you have to open the door, especially if you say, do you have a warrant? They say no, then you don't have to. You can choose to also go outside. Ask them to wait at their patrol car and you'll join them, and go outside and join them at the patrol car. For both of these encounters, by the way, the door, opening the door or not opening the door situation, or you exiting the home to go talk to them, you should be recording this. You should have your phone, and in Missouri, you don't have to be obvious. It's not against the law to secretly record a two-way conversation as long as you're a part of that conversation. But you don't have to be secret about it either. You can have your phone out, whether it be on video and you've hit record and really there's no video to show, but you're holding the phone down or you're holding it in your pocket. You just want to make sure that you're recording the encounter, and you can do that on video or on one of those voice apps. Don't just have a call into someone else who's listening and create a witness, but create a recording. Because sometimes the police will have a different recollection of what happened, and you may be defending yourself from them saying that you were um, lying or saying something that they say you said A and you really said B. You want to have that evidence. Or you opened the door and they put their foot in the door, and then they say you're resisting arrest or you're assaulting them because you slammed their door, and all you're really doing is saying, sir, please remove your foot from my door. I'm going to shut the door now. And you're having a very reasonable conversation with them and instructing them to get their foot out of your door, because that's illegal for them to be entering your premises that way. So record and protect yourself. But let's say you went outside to talk to them. You certainly can. You have that right. We don't recommend it. We recommend that what you are doing instead is finding out why they want to talk to you and making reasonable choices that support you. When someone says, well, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to talk to them. Or they just want to talk to me about what I saw, I'm a witness. Or they want to talk to me about my son, that he's being accused of doing something. You need to figure out why they want to talk to you before you make the decision whether you're going to talk to them or not. And if there's anything to do with it being bigger than you witnessed something and they just want to question you, or you're the one that called the police because of a noise disorder next door, or you think something's happening next door, if it's something like that, that's different. But if they're thinking you were in a car accident, your son was in a car accident, or they want to ask you about your son's whereabouts 2 nights ago, or they want to ask you about yourself, or whatever, if there's anything that gives it the impression that this is an investigation about you or a loved one, then you have the right to say, thank you for telling me you want to talk to me. I'm happy to talk to you, but I'm first going to talk to my lawyer. And if they have enough to arrest you, they're going to arrest you. And you still say, I want to talk to my lawyer. And you never talk without first talking to your lawyer. Don't assume that just because you did nothing wrong, you have nothing to hide, and all of those reasons that we feel very reasonable in talking to law enforcement. Don't think you're safe just because you've done nothing wrong. In my 25 years of practice, we have represented people who literally did nothing wrong, but by talking to law enforcement, then law enforcement somehow feels that they have a case against you, prosecutors file cases, and then we're going to trial and having to convince a jury that you're innocent. Do not give them any ammunition to charge you, put you in a position of defending your life and your liberty and spending your money to do so. Do your best to talk to a lawyer first and be proactive and preventative and protect yourself. Are there times that it's good to talk to law enforcement? I personally have had clients talk to me first and we say, yep, we're going to talk to law enforcement. And it worked out to their favor. I've had those times where I said, no, you're not talking to law enforcement. I will talk to law enforcement for you. So bottom line is, talk to a very experienced criminal defense lawyer before you make the decision of, sure, I'll talk to you, I have nothing to hide, or sure, I'll talk to you, maybe I can talk myself out of this problem. Don't just talk because they're knocking at the door. So you have the right, you certainly should be recording the conversation. You have the right to talk through the door. You have the right to exit your home and talk to them. You have the right to ask for an attorney. You absolutely should ask for an attorney. You have the right to ask them, do you have a warrant? And we highly recommend that all of these, during all of this, that you're respectful. The clients who are coming to us after they've been cussing out the cops, yelling at the cops, or getting physical, or physically reacting to the cops getting physical with them, are the ones that it's much harder to help you than it is the person who is very reasonable, calm, respectful, understanding, but seriously is allowed to talk about their rights and that they're willing and able to talk after they talk to a lawyer. And don't let yourself get talked out of that right. Just say, give me your card, I'll talk to a lawyer. Leave your card in the door, I'll talk to a lawyer. However you want to handle that without opening the door, without any further conversation, is absolutely valid, especially when there's no warrant. If there's a warrant and they say we have a warrant to search the home, you have no choice but to open the door. If we have an arrest warrant for you or someone in your home, you have no choice but to make sure that that person exits the home for that lawful arrest because they have an arrest warrant. But don't do more than you have to if you don't want to. Knowing your rights empowers you to be a good citizen and empowers you to take care of yourself and your family in a way that you have every right to do. And as long as you're being respectful and not just screaming and yelling and cursing and saying I have rights and leave me alone and all of that stuff you might see on a fun TV show are not the ways you should be handling it. So we highly recommend you talk to a lawyer, ask for a lawyer, and protect yourself and your family. If you have any questions, feel free to look at our website. We have case results on our website. We have client testimonials on our website. We have a way to contact us on our website. We have a way to book a free consultation with us on our website. It's www.dwicriminallawcenter.com. You can call us. There's a phone number on the website as well, or you can subscribe to this YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook for constant information, whether it be a written article or blog or a video like this one, to constantly be educating yourself about all areas of law, whether it be criminal or DWI defense or traffic or other cases other types of law that we want to educate the public about. Thank you so much.